Hello, SimGamers. Welcome back to some more of this very special feature available only here on SimGamer TV. My fan adaptation of Ultima IV, which I have titled Ultima Avatar. Built on RPG Maker MZ. We have just gotten out of the city of Moonglow. Added a new party mate by the name of Maria. Maria is a mage. And quite a good one too. So to maximize her ability, oh wow, I forgot about these. We made sure that we had a supply of some spell reagents. As we find places that have other affordable spell reagents, we'll be taking those on for sure. Paladin, Dupree the Paladin, basically the leader of the town of Trinsic, is our front line, so he's going to be taking a lot of punishment. So Spider Silk and Ginseng will certainly be helping a lot in keeping him up and fighting during battles. With 3 party members, we're basically in good shape to do a lot of battling now. And if we need to, we can rest along the way. This is an interesting little mechanic I built in. The game is able to detect what type of terrain you're in. Because in Ultima IV, you could see very, very little. Basically, line of sight was a thing to some degree. They had basic line of sight programmed in, so when you were in dense forest, you couldn't see very far. So I made a little shroud that comes down when you step into these forests to indicate you can't see far at all. Some giant hornets have emerged. Ooh, what a critical hit. An excellent hit. Maria's staff does very little. Ow. Why are you stabbing Maria? Stab Dupree, please. That hornet might try to leave now that it's been hit once. So we're going to guard. Nope. They're still attacking. Okay. I was hoping to scare them off. Ooh, we found some garlic and ginseng from these creatures. That's nice. So the next place we're going to go to over here on Varity Isle is the Lycaeum. The Lycaeum. And this piece of music is a composed piece of fan art music that was written for Ultima V Lazarus, a fan adaptation of Ultima V using the some dungeon crawler mechanic engine. So here we are in the Lycaeum. Who's this over here? You would see a hunched and shamed looking man. I am Shylock the Meek. How are you? I am cold and sick. Oh, please, will you help me? Oh, please. How much will you give? Here, Shylock, have a little bit. You give 1 cold to Shylock. My thanks. Oh, please. You see a sleepy guard? Yes. How are you? Very sleepy. What do you do? Guard the gate, guard the Baron, and the Baroness. Watch the towers. I have been here for hours. Yes, many hours. It's hard work and long hours in the baronial guard. The guard yawns. You see a stately wizard. I am Timus. How are you? Very well, thanks. What do you do? To welcome you, yes, welcome to the Lycaeum, the Keep of Truth. Do you know how many cities follow the principles of truth? Travel and learn which 4 towns follow truth. Welcome. Move along. Who is this down here? This is a noble wizard by the name of Nigel at your service. Maria says, Nigel is the master of all wizards. Nigel replies, my magic is strong enough to raise the dead. Resurrection, as you know, is given only unto the highest of wizards. Perhaps you can master it, Maria. It requires blood moss, garlic, ginseng, mandrake, and spider silk, and sulfurous ash. Use it well. You learned the resurrection spell. Yeah, partly because Maria's in our party. We actually knew that was the case from talking to someone over in Moonglow. Welcome to the Truth Healer. Peace and joy be with you. What help do you need? I can offer cure poison, healing, and resurrection. I can cast it all by myself for now. Who is this? You see an injured warrior. Yes. How are you? My wounds are grievous. I lost in a dungeon altar room. Have you seen one? Not yet. They connect the dungeons to each other. What do you do? None now. I am a warrior no more. I lost in a dungeon altar room. Have you seen one? Nope. Okay. So we've learned that dungeon altar rooms connect all the dungeons together. You see a tall mage wearing strange armor. I am Skatu. How are you? Skatu says, well. What do you do? I advise you would do well to visit the seer often. Tell me about your armor. I wear mystic armor. Are you a partial avatar? Not yet. When you are, return and ask again. Farewell, Sim. The charming lady rises and says, I am Beth Fraser, Lady of the Lycaeum. The stately baron rises and says, I am Robert Fraser, Lord of the Lycaeum. Dupree says, Lord and Lady Fraser, it is my honor to introduce my friend Sim. Lord Fraser says, welcome to the Lycaeum, stronghold of truth. In truth, the title of friend does not come lightly to Dupree. We are on the quest of the Avatar, my lord. It is my wish to share the words of passage with them. Oh, yes. In my adaptation, I did something different with the words of passage. Part of Ultima IV was like, you had to find these words of passage, speak them in the correct order, or you didn't advance when you finally got to the end of the game and got kicked out and kind of had to do that loop again. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt. And for continuity and for continuity and ease of play reasons, I moved that whole set of quests basically to a sub-quest that Dupree has, both to enhance, what Dupree has to contribute to the dialogues in the game, but also sort of to make that quest a little easier and modernize it to modern role-playing game and quest standards. Back when this game came out in 1980 whatever, I think it was 84 maybe, the only way to keep track of all of this stuff was to have pen and paper handy. But as we've learned, as game construction has become more robust, more complete, we learned that one particular area that games can sometimes suffer from is accessibility. There's a wide array of people that want to be able to play video games, and they all may have different varying levels of ability to do so. Sometimes cognitive, certainly oftentimes physical. This game plays on a D-pad and like 4 buttons. And I know I watch a streamer by the name of Hello What's Colo, link in the description below if I remember, who has a form of arthritis that means that she can't play long sessions of video games with her hands, but she can play with her feet. So she has a whole set of adaptive controllers to enable to play games with her feet. And things like I don't want to say easier because quest compression can be quite difficult, but simplifying complex quest interactions is an accessibility enhancer. It increases someone's duration and ability to play the game without doesn't necessarily need to reduce the difficulty of the game. I mean, we still have to go and do this quest, or we should do this quest on behalf of Dupree. And that's actually why I added the journal to this game, even though it just uses simple dialogue to sort of spit out the contents. It makes it easier to play the game and keep track of what's going on for people who have lives, who have families, who maybe have ADHD and a little bit of difficult time concentrating at times, right? You can have a little short session, go to a single town, get some information, and advance your quest, and then when you come back to it later on, you're not completely lost on where you are or what you're doing. Anyway, on with Dupree's quest. Lord Fraser says, "Then we, keepers of the words of passage, do so grant your request, Lord Dupree of Trinsic. The word of truth is veritas." Dupree says, "We should visit the rulers of the other two keeps of the principles of truth, love, and courage." And here's a complete embellishment and a cinematic scene that I put together. This is really fun making these, actually. The leaders of each province have been entrusted with the 3 words of passage that appear on the entrance to the chamber of the Codex. I know the words of truth and courage, but must seek permission from the rulers of the Lycaeum and Serpent's Hold to give them to you, my friend. Dupree says, "I believe the word of love is known by the Lord and Lady of the Empeth Abbey. Knowing the words of passage will help solve the puzzle of the key of 3 parts at the chamber entrance. We will aid you in any way that we can. How may we help you?" "How are you?" Lady Fraser says, "Well." "What do you do?" Lady Fraser says, "We rule this province as Lord and Lady. Our people believe in truth as a way of life and live it to the fullest. Do you seek truth?" "Yes, I do." "Then may you find what you seek. Stay true, Sim." A little bit of fun with some embellished dialogue regarding the words of power, thankfully exposed to us because Dupree is part of the party. And that's really sort of, this is my commentary on that, is that I wanted to explore what it's like to include conditional dialogue options. If someone is a part of the party, having certain dialogue options be available only if that person's a part of the party and has something to say, right? Many role-playing games have that as a mechanic, that certain dialogue options are only available if that condition is met. You see a flighty jester. "I am Sajak." "How are you?" "Unhappy because my friend Chuckles won't tell me his secret." "Do you know Chuckles?" "He lives in Castle Britannia. Ask him of his clue." Journal section, the Codex updated. "Farewell." Some intrigue and a locked door. So we've gone in there. We're going counterclockwise around the Lycaeum today. Just arbitrarily chose that as a direction. You see an old druid who looks strangely familiar. "I am Father Antos." "How are you?" Father Antos says, "Old and frail. I have seen many quests." "Are you on a quest?" "Yes, I am." "May you succeed." What do you do?" "I hold great knowledge." "What knowledge do you seek?" "Well, I don't know right now, actually." "Seek Zorin in Castle Britannia for knowledge." Ooh, another reason to go back to Castle Britannia. You see a wise old sage. "I am Palamore." "How are you?" "My bones ache, but my mind is sharp." "What do you do?" "I am an old wizard, but have much to show in my magical crystal ball." "Farewell." Your magical crystal ball? This one? So this magical crystal ball, here's the mechanic that I put in place. When you use the magical crystal ball, it just plainly tells you or shows you where the next step in your overall quest is. Apparently our next step is this mysterious location. All right. Continuing on. This door is locked. We have no way to unlock it, so what's down here? You see a person lost in thought. How are you? They say, I am in a meditative state. What do you do? I seek to know truth, the principle upon which I meditate. Meditate at each shrine for 1, 2, and 3 minutes. Then you will know the paths of goodness. They return to their meditation. Excellent. So we learned a little bit more about what we're supposed to do at shrines. And that is all we can discover in the Lycaeum right now. If we hoof it, we might be able to get back to this moon gate before it closes on us. And a little further than I thought it was. Okay, here we go. Excellent. Oh, got a battle. We have a new spell available that we didn't have before. We have Repel Undead. Combine garlic and sulfurous ash to cause all undead in the caster's field of vision to flee. Garlic is pretty precious right now because it's the only way we can prevent poison. So I'm not going to worry about that. We'll give these evil old skeletons a beat down. Garlic, ginseng, and sulfurous ash gives us a shield. Okay. Soon, Maria, soon we'll be able to avoid your spellcasting. But for now, we're going to give the old turn-based slap down to these skeletons. One of the things I did in this game is there are a few combat tracks. So the combat track will change depending on where you are. Sometimes like the open field combat, since it happens on the world level so much, that combat track will rotate through a small list of tracks just to add some variety. Especially to feature some of the excellent, amazing music written by the fan artists who put together the Ultima V Lazarus soundtrack. And we found 75 gold, hooray! Ooh, another fight. A spider emerged. Hopefully we don't get poisoned. We need to smack these guys down as quickly as we possibly can. Okay, he's trying to flee. So... oh, she got poisoned. Problematic. Oops, I didn't mean to attack this guy. Hopefully he tries to flee again. Yes, please keep targeting Maria now that you've already poisoned her. Get out of here, spider. I don't want to kill you if I don't have to. Ah. Well, I had to defend myself against a hostile spider. But we did find some more spider silk out of the deal. That's cool. Okay, this gate opens but goes nowhere right now. We're gonna hang tight. We'll probably end up in another fight before this moon gate opens. Maybe not. How are we looking anyway? Doing okay. That one goes to Britain. This one goes to... I can't remember. Something overhead emerged? Oh my. We're fighting a Damon. Yo, these guys are brutal. I don't know if I can actually defeat them or not. This is a situation where I'm going to go ahead and cast a spell. Everyone is protected, which will increase the amount of armor that we have. We're not doing a lot of damage to this guy. But hopefully we can dodge some attacks and whittle them down. One of the things I did in this combat system was make sure the fights themselves, to some degree, scale appropriately to the party at hand. So the more people in the party, the tougher the battles get. The higher level the party, the tougher the battles get. As it is right now, we're only facing one Damon, thankfully. Getting the pummeled here. Attacks are pretty strong compared to what we can dish back right now. Yikes, Maria's getting pummeled. Phew! We defeated a Damon for 6 experience points. And 2 people were poisoned, but we found 94 gold. Let's get into town here. The town of Gelum, which we will actually explore in our next episode. Right now, we're gonna cure some poison. So survived some battles, got ourselves to the city of town of Gelum. Began using and understanding the secrets of the moon gates, which is pretty awesome. I hope you're enjoying this series, this special delivery that of this fan recreation. And we'll tune in next episode to explore the town of Gelum and quest on from here. Until next time, I'm SimGamer.